Now then, so today, I'm playing a bit of vampires because I've been waiting for this for so long. If you've been watching my videos for long enough, you'll know that I've always been the biggest fan of vampires. Um, and I've been patiently waiting for like 2 years now for vampires to be good. And I think finally it's our time. I underestimated some of the changes because I think it was just I was at that point where like, no, it can't be good. I was just in denial that they could ever be playable. But this list is very, very good. And I've been playing this quite a bit. I've been tweaking it a little bit. And I personally believe this is the best or very close to the best list you can run for vampires right now. So what we have going on is first you'll notice it's not blood scent. So running it in Carapace instead because it actually gives you a better matchup against vampires yourself because it gives you Veil. And also, you have some really key engines you want to protect. So, you want to protect Unseen Elder, you want to protect Catcan, you want to protect Nekarats. So, having access to a nice buff to try and keep those units on the board is far, far more important than the bleeding. And especially when we're not running Oriana, we don't need that big burst of tons of units getting bleeding. I've found that Carapace is typically better because if these things can stick, we get a lot more points. So I think a lot of it's relatively standard, you know, the Nekarats and the Fledders and all that kind of thing. Fledders are absolutely insane. So yeah, we're very lucky with that card now. But I'll just talk about some of the more strange things, I guess. So Catcan could maybe be one of those, but I've found that's a very, very good engine, especially with Nekarats, because if you can get a Catcan down, it's got a cooldown of 4, but reduces by cooldown by 1 whenever bleeding's applied. So you're typically applying bleeding like pretty much every turn. So this is happening every other turn at the very least. 3 points every other turn. It's 1.5 engine. Even if it spawns 1, it's playing as 8 for 9. Get 2, 11, so on, so on, so on. I found it's pretty good, and especially in Carapace where we can actually protect it. It's not a 5, so it's super vulnerable to removal. Another weird thing is the Dolta Lock, but this is also a card that I think a lot of people would have thought about. But what's going on here is we want it for a couple of things. So the Order lets us put our tallest unit on top of our deck, aka Regis. We don't want to miss Regis, so we can put Regis on top. And B, some of the spawns actually work out really good for us. So because we have Crimson Curse, because we have Catcan, we can actually end up with quite a few Ekimuras spawned. So a Chimera consuming those Ekimuras can actually play for quite a few points. We can also play a Fuka for just some passive points, but it does have some tempo involved, which is really, really nice. And the final one I wanted to talk about was the Incubus, which is a card I think people are playing, and I have no idea why, because the card is absolutely amazing. So, arguably, I don't know why this wasn't played before, but the ability to bring out one of your units in exchange for one of your opponents because you get to make that pick is really, really good. Because we have Conquerors, for example, which are 4 provisions, so any bronzer we pull of our opponents allows us to play a 7-power Veiled unit, so it straight away plays for 13 points. We can pull some very terrible things for our opponents, you know, things like Mage Assassins. Against Syndicate, you can put a Tax Collector on the wrong row. You can put like Brockvar Hunters on the wrong row for SK, for example. You know, there's a lot of options there for you. It usually plays for a lot of points. So that's about it for the deck. As I said, mostly standard. A couple of weird things which I actually think are very good. And we'll go into the games and I'll explain some of this stuff. The usual kind of stuff. Joining the memberships, subscribing, liking, commenting, all that kind of stuff really helps me out. So yeah, anything is appreciated, and thank you in advance. And then we'll go into the games. All right. Probably like using the new Araka's card, I would guess. I mean, I actually haven't seen it used yet, apart from like meme kind of combos. So we'll see if it's any good. See if it's any good. At least we're not missing Regis this game. Also, kind of been bad on the recording, so I got a few games recorded, and just like went to check the what's the word? Check the recording, and I kind of forgot to switch scenes on OBS, so they were all me commentating over this. Not perfect. Definitely not ideal. But we go again. I'm going to be playing vampires a lot, so plenty more content where that comes from. It's quite sad. I mean, we got a really good game where against Enslave Nilfgaard, which we actually won, which I was really surprised at, considering they managed to get a double Stefan Skellen, and I was kind of spooked by that. What do we even want to do here? Hail Mary Naglfar might be the line. The only two bad pulls are these two. Hail Mary time. We want to get Queen of the Night. There she is.
Your blood smells sweet.
I mean, I'm not opposed to playing Detlef this round. Bleeding setup. Really something. We're still ahead on even, in fairness, so this is... works. Definitely works. Alright, we'll pull the trigger on Detlef now. Now that these are going to survive, it's quite key. Because before, when they would get the bleeding, they'd die instantly, which is kind of awkward for Garcanes and Detlef. But now it works. Now it works. In terms of what we can pull out, Incubus can't do too much at the moment. Is a little awkward. But we'll be able to change that soon. Chimera. The lock. Puka. You want to pass? I would assume. Or else they're unseen all this coming out. Gale setup. Never mind. Still get the gale there. Wow, letting the sunset come out is interesting. I think we just pass here though. Yeah, we got a fair amount done. Our Regis has grown. We got Garcanes in the graveyard. We have a Fuka if we particularly wanted one. And we can like pull out their chimeras, for example. We kind of don't want these. They're a little better. Because we can just like, if they dry pass, I don't expect to dry pass, but if they do, Incubus, not hitting Fledders is definitely bad. I don't think I need to tell you how good those cards are. Kind of insane, to be honest. And I like chucking a leader on that. Keep it alive. The only way they remove this now is like a parasite or a dive. Baraka's Queen, cool. Cool. And same again. I'm actually going to play around the dive. I don't know if we necessarily needed to, but this does give him a pass as well, which I obviously don't love. But it's fine. We can Incubus into Garcane next turn as well. Human allied unit and gain its armor. Wow. Guess we can't go Garcane. Let's play him pretty nicely around the bleeding. So yeah, we're gonna have to go for a Crimson Cats here. Yeah. Really something. Put some bleed there, put some there. And we can go in Drager Eggs because like they're already kind of full up, so we don't care too much about that. It's the front row we're gonna typically be chipping away at. The range row is already getting kind of full up. They want to be playing the stuff on the range row. Yeah, we see a pass. Cool. More bleeding for Regis. Like, interestingly, vampires have kind of changed. I feel like you're playing very differently. Because we have access to these huge short round players in the form of like Regis and Oberon, I kind of feel like you don't mind a bleed anymore. Really don't mind a bleed. No Fledders this game. No Fledders. No Unseen Elder. Perfect, right? Absolutely perfect. This also plays beautifully around Yen. It plays around Dive. Free. It's all looking very nice. I mean, this is literally only going to trigger twice because, as I say, we kind of not hit vampire stuff. Like we could have, for example, if we hit an Incubus, we could use an Incubus to pull back out a Nekarat. You know, just bring out like Eye Mirror or something like that. The Regis is gonna be in 18. Seems good. Seems pretty good. Alright, let's kind of bully this a little bit. Dominance deal 3. Let's remove a unit from them. We could have purified this, but I like removing a unit against this kind of deck. And as I said, not doing a great deal because now we're just going to play 2 Conquerors on this row. Very annoying for them. Very, very annoying. Because once this dies, if it dies, bleeding's not going to do anything. He's playing for 8 as well. Pretty good. I think that one's good cheap. Wait till you see the other one. Ah, that's no fun. We get one more Ekimura as well, which is nice.
Anything in particular interest you?
Got that. Let's see if this is enough. We're obviously going to get a very full board. So something like a Yen will play for quite a few points, but I can't be bothered to do the maths. That's not a Yen though. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, as I say, normally a bleed kind of killed you off. Like, old vampires being bled was kind of a death sentence, and now you kind of don't care. If anything, you welcome it because, as you kind of see, we've got the short round now. We have short round finally. Beautiful thing. Yeah. The Death Wish stuff. There's like two ways this could go, right? This could either be like the absolute like high roll meme pile, or it's a more reasonable version. But we won't know until we see it. This hand's expensive though. I don't love that. See what we can get done though. See what we can get done. We do need to play around a Manticore. So I actually think we play Katakan this round. Just make Manticore clumsy. I feel like I'm just not drawing. Okay, they're still here. I feel like I'm just not drawing flares at the moment, and it's kind of annoying because there's no way to like tutor these out consistently. Arcus balls. Hey, okay. Regis is finally growing. Literally it happened earlier. I played against Hyperthin and someone Vilgefortzed it out. Vilgefortzed out my Regis. So yeah, it's been quite a day. Quite a day. Look at this. Katakan's good now. After so long, they finally decided to just give up on it being a Death Wish card because the Death Wish was kind of stupid. I'm not a fan of Thrive. I'm not a fan of Thrive and Death Wish on the same unit. Seems like a weird combination of stuff because it's like it makes you want to like keep your Death Wishes sitting around, which is kind of not the point. But I don't know. I don't know. We want to get one of these in the graveyard so we can just play like that.
Fitting gift for our king.
We might be seeing a pass from them, so or not. We still have stuff to play anyway. We dog the lock at some point. Rat can bleed there. Alp can bleed here. Get another charge on that can. This is what I was saying about lock. So Chimera, for example, if we play Chimera, that plays like an 8 because of consuming all of these. We can consume one. Plays as 7, sorry. It buffs these two, which isn't too bad considering we're not really using the lock for that, but we still get the value anyway. Pretty nice. We maybe wait a turn on it though, just because we probably want to go Naglfar here. Try and grab something. It's probably Queen of the Night in all honesty. I don't know, is that greedy? Yeah, actually no, that's super greedy. Yeah, I was just thinking like wait an extra turn on the Katakan, but we don't need to. We've got a big point advantage. It's so greedy to try and do something like that. We'd probably pass after this anyway. They have a lot of points to make up. Yeah, and that's not enough points. I don't think actually. Is it? Quite a few points actually. I don't know why they're greeding out this charge. It doesn't make sense to greed out that charge. But yeah, we can just pass here. Like, bleeding's still ticking, so our Regis is still ticking up. Get another 6. Assume that. Lose 1, 4, we lose 2 points. So they get ahead. Yeah. They didn't need to use Golden Prop there. Wait, did they? Was my maths really bad there? They lose 4 points, we lose 2. Yeah, maybe my maths is just terrible. Been a long day. Been a long day. There's our dry pass card. Incubus is nice. What would we be pulling? I mean, we can pull out like an Arcus War. This is kind of what I was saying. I will hammer home how good Incubus is. Incubus is so good. Like, we can just pull like a Milan or whatever and pull like one of our 4s that's actually good. Or we can pull like a Harpy, which is like a 5 body, and get like a Necrorat back, for example. It's just good. Very, very good. We're missing. We're going to put Regis on top so we don't care. This is good enough. Good enough. I don't want to see a pass here. Like, I think at the moment we're kind of getting lucky in that I realise we missed Fledders again. Just cannot draw into Fledders for the life of me. Getting quite lucky at the moment in that people are playing against vampires how you used to play against vampires, which is you bleed in round 2. But that kind of backfires. Okay, but this guy knows. Yeah, so this put Regis on top, which is rare in my books. Yeah, our boy is guaranteed to come to hand. I found this is like arguably the best way to use Dolder Lock. Just as a guaranteed. Works really well with Imlerith as well. I found a Fledder once. Just one Fledder. All I'm asking. One Fledder. No. Yeah. I guess not. But we'll open with Conqueror. Opening with Conqueror makes sense. And our Naglfar's probably for, well, to try and get Crimson Curse. Could get unlucky and not see it at all, but risky got a take and all that. The Aura 6, Aura 7. This does play into Maruna though. And we can't afford to play around it. We need to use our leader charges. The Necrats. Yeah. This kind of plays into Maroon. You're not using that and I don't like that. You are going to do some nonsense. They're about to do, what's it called? Use the Arrakis Queen, but we kind of can't deny that. So we'll bring out a Harpy so we can get our own Necrorat. Use a leader. The good thing being, A, we get a bleeding target, and B, we can play pretty efficiently here so that we kind of don't end up with 4 power units. Yeah. Imagine we had a Fledder here. Just imagine for a second that we had a Fledder. We could just like play Fledder next turn instead of having a Feast of Blood. Oh, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's Hail Mary for a... We probably wait a turn. Yeah, we'll wait a turn on like Crimson Curse actually. Leading to you. The only reason being, like, our targets for like a Gale, if we only hit a Gale, for example, were really bad there. Like, yeah, we could kill a Drowner, but that's not great. Yeah. But as I say, we're playing very nicely around Runas, which I think I kind of realised. Oh. We'll play Dettlaff next. And then some slightly underwhelming Feast of Bloods, and then Big Boy to finish off. Manticore just kills 3s.
Humans, you're all the same.
Well, unlucky. We didn't want Blood Moon to hit that. We wanted that to stay alive so we could Deathlaugh ping it down. But that's okay. Right. What we can do is Purify unit, damage it by 3, give it bleeding, Deathlaugh, another juicy target for the Manticore. Kills a 3 instead. And a 5. Okay. Which is a lot better than it hitting one of these two. Can we do it again? Pretty good. Like, I kind of don't mind the Feast of Bloods, to be honest. Nice little cards in the list, like, better than natural selections. I'm considering running a, Whisperess to like tutor out organics, just because we do have enough to probably justify it a little bit. We got another Manticore, but it doesn't do anything because we have a friend.
Anything in particular interest you?
And let's deny dominance as well, because that's fun. Oh. And last bit of bleeding, good measure. Okay, so they can use Believer on this, of course. Good stuff. Yeah, vampires are back, boys. Vampires. I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier. Don't know when next video will be. Definitely be one by Sunday. Depends if something hypes me up before then, where I actually want to do a video on it. So, yeah. Appreciate you all watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.